Alright guys, this is my Yoga Specific for Runner series, and it's designed to be restorative. It's not supposed to take the place of, power yoga or any type of strength routine. It's simply to be an active recovery series. I like to incorporate it a couple times a week, like 3 or 4 times a week. It only takes about 20 minutes, and there's a little bit of a warm-up to it, and then we get into holding some poses specific for runners, targeting hips, hamstrings, and calves, all our problem areas. So make sure all you need is a yoga mat and just the space for your yoga mat. You can do it either right after a run, or you could do it, for example, in the evening. You may, during the warm-up, get a little bit of a sweat, but it shouldn't be a hard workout for you. And then after we warm you up, just to get blood flowing, we then hold the poses for longer. So let's get into Yoga Specific for Runners. So we're going to begin our practice in Child's Pose. Take your knees wide to the edges of your mat, toes to touch behind you. Allow your chest to come down towards the earth. You want both arms extended. You can rest your forearms on the earth. You want to feel all 10 fingers spread out, grounded, and just start to connect with your breath here. As a runner, you're going to feel tightness in your hips here, so just focus on lengthening your inhales and exhales. Send breath to those areas of tightness, and know that as our practice continues, we'll start to feel more loose and blood will be flowing. So take a deep breath in. Exhale, empty all the way back out. Take an inhale, and on your next exhale, press up to your first downward facing dog of your practice. Hips lift high, chest falling towards your thighs, and just breathe. Deep breath in and out. Pedal out your dog, tight hamstrings and calves, that's what you need. And then find stillness in your downward facing dog. Continuing to move your breath. Bring your toes together. Right leg lifts high. Bend your knee and open your hip. Breathe. Keep your shoulders in line with one another. Then straighten your leg, drop it back down. Left leg lifts high. Bend your knee and open your hip. Straighten it and drop back down. Now you're back in downward facing dog and just breathe. Deep breath in. Exhale, empty all the way back out. Now walk your feet up to your hands. You want to take a forward fold here. This is ragdoll, opposite hand to opposite elbow, and just fold here. You can rock gently side to side. Make sure to keep a bend in your knees. It's more important that your chest be close to your thighs than that your knees be straight. Walk your heels and toes together, release your arms, and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Reach all the way up. And then exhale your hands to heart center. Breathe. Release your hands. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, hands to your shins, flat spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to a high plank. Feel a straight line from your shoulders to your heels. And then exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog, shoulders roll back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Deep breath in. Exhale, empty. Inhale and exhale. One more time, fill up your lungs. Exhale, empty. Walk your feet up to your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way back up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps, warrior one. This is a closed hip posture, so both hips towards the front of whatever room you're in, arms extend up, and breathe. Make sure there's a bend in that front right knee, and just continue to move your breath. Breath in, slight back bend, and release, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Take it through on the left foot steps, warrior one. Keep those hips in line with one another. Breathe. Stay with your breath. Make sure there's that bend in that front knee. Inhale, slight back bend. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Press back. Breath in and out. Another inhale and exhale. One more time. Deep breath in. Exhale, empty. Walk your feet up to your hands or float. Half lift, fold, reach all the way back up. Fold forward. Half lift, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Right foot steps, warrior one. Breath in, release, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Left foot steps, warrior one. Breath in as you rise. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Inhale and exhale. Last time, fill up your lungs. Exhale, empty. Walk or float to the front of your mat. Half lift, fold, chair pose, rise. For chair pose, you want to look down at your toes. You should be able to see all 10 toes when you look down at your knees. Breathe. Arms go up, strong throughout your entire body, continuing to move breath. And release, fold forward. Half lift, chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Right foot steps, warrior one. Open, warrior two. Now this is an open hip posture. You want to feel your right knee opening towards your right pinky toe. Arms are extended out towards opposite walls. Gaze over your right middle finger. Breathe. Settle in. You should feel this in your hamstring and in your hip. Reverse your warrior and release, chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog. Left foot steps, warrior one. Breath in as you rise. Exhale, warrior two. Breathe. Focus on that left knee, opening towards your left pinky toe. Gentle with your breath. Settle in. Flip your palm, reach back, reverse your warrior, and release, chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog. Breathe. Come back to your breath. It's important during this warm-up series and through all the postures we go through that we stay with our breath throughout our practice. So if you lost your breath, now's a chance to come back to it in your downward facing dog. So walk your feet up to your hands, half lift, fold, chair pose. One breath in, release, fold, half lift, chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Right foot steps, warrior one. Breath in as you rise. Open, warrior two. Inhale, flip your palm, reach back. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. Left foot steps, warrior one. Breath in as you rise. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Each downward facing dog should feel different than the last. We're warming our body up with breath and with movement. Now walk your right hand over to meet your left. Right foot steps into a lunge. You can use a block or the earth here. Allow your back knee to fall to the earth, and then we're going to come down onto our forearms. This is lounging lizard, and just breathe. This is great for hamstrings. This is great for glutes. Helps with knee drive as a runner. Make sure you continue to hug your right knee in towards your shoulder and just breathe here. Several rounds of breath. Keep moving your breath. Feel any areas of tightness, just loosening up with our breath here. Just stay in it. Now we're going to take the pose a little further. You can stay there if you want, or we can take it further by taking our right foot to 2 o'clock. Right hand just above the knee. And as you open that hip with gentle pressure, allow your foot to roll up on its edge and just breathe. Feel the twist in your spine. You look to the ceiling. And just breathe here. Come back. Now we're going to push back into a runner's lunge. Back up on that heel. Shift back. One hand on each side of your leg. You should feel this along your hamstring. And just breathe into any areas of tightness. Relax with the breath. And just feel the stretch. Make your way back out. Find your way back to downward facing dog. Shake out your leg if you need to. Bring your left hand over to meet your right. Left foot steps into a lunge. Allow your back knee to fall to the earth. Set up with a block, forearms to the block or the earth. And just breathe here. Feel that left knee, keep it in close to your shoulder. And stay with your breath. Several rounds of breath here. Feel your hamstring and glute just loosening with breath and with staying in this pose. If you want, you can take your left arm underneath that knee. Just stay where you are. Now to take the pose a little further, take your left foot to 10 o'clock on the clock. Left hand just above your knee, not on your knee. And as you open that hip with gentle pressure, allow your left foot to roll up onto its left side. Feel the twist in your body as you look up to the ceiling. Come back to center. Now shift back onto your heel for a runner's stretch. Hands on either side of your leg. This is typically a tight one for runners because of hamstrings and glutes. So just be gentle with your body and just send breath to any areas of tightness, never forcing a pose, just feel it out and breathe. Another round of breath. And then make your way back out to downward facing dog. Shake out that leg if you need to. Pedal your dog. Right leg lifts high. We're going to set up for pigeon on the right. So you can do this on your back if it hurts you, if you have a bad back. Otherwise, you want to do it face down. With time, you want your shin parallel to the front of the mat. If you find it's hard for your hip, you can use a block underneath your right hip. You want to stay up for a moment and just take a few rounds of breath here. And then with time, just allow yourself to settle down, chest to come down towards the earth. This you should feel in your hip and in your glute. This is great if you have piriformis syndrome or have had it in the past and want to prevent it from coming back. So just breathe gently here. Deep breath in, exhale, empty. And make your way back to downward facing dog. And again, shake out that leg. Switch sides. Pigeon on the left. Left leg lifts high. Come through for pigeon. If you need to put your hand on your foot to prevent it from sliding on your mat, you can do that. And just feel your body. If your shin isn't parallel to the front of your mat now, it will be with time, so just allow it to bend for whatever's comfortable. Don't force the pose. Just know that with time, you want your shin parallel to the front of the mat. And when you're ready, fold over your front leg, chest towards the earth, and just breathe gently here. Sending breath to any areas of tightness in your hip. And try to just relax and find grace in your body in this pose. Deep breath in. And exhale, empty all the way back out. Keep moving your breath. Make our way out by bringing our right leg around to meet our left. So now we're in a seated position on our mat. We're set up for a seated tree. So bring your right knee in, bring your right foot in, reach up, and then fold over towards your left foot. So you want to reach up and then forward. So don't hunch over. We want to just reach up and over. And just breathe here. Take your hands as far as they'll go. If they don't quite hit your foot yet, that's okay. With time, you will reach your foot. And then just breathe and relax into the pose. Switch sides. Left foot in, right foot is extended. Reach up and then towards your foot. Just fold here. Seated tree on the right. Continuing to move your breath. As you find space in your body, stretching a little further, and then release. Extend both feet out in front of you. Reach up and then forward towards both feet. Breathe and fold. Feel out the pose. Find extra space in your body that was not there previously as you fold a little deeper with your breath. Keep moving your breath. Deep inhales and exhales. And then release, and we're going to set up for shoelace. So tuck your right knee underneath you, knee towards the front of the mat. Left leg over top, or left knee towards the front of the mat, right leg over top. Just go as far as you can. You might not be able to have your knees totally stacked, but ultimately you do want your knees to be stacked. Mine are pretty stacked right here, but just go as far as you can. And then forward fold over, bringing your forearms to the mat, and just breathe. Allow yourself to just relax into this pose. Deep breaths in and out. Keep moving your breath and then release. Switch sides, so this time your right knee is going to face towards the front of the mat. Your left knee is going to go over. Again, try to stack your hips, your knees, but don't stress if they're not completely over top of one another. Just go as far as you can go. And then fold over your knees, chest towards your knees, forearms on the earth, and just breathe gently here. Try to lengthen your inhales and your exhales and just breathe into this pose. Shoelace is great for your hips. And when we come out of it, you'll feel a rush of blood flowing back towards your hips. So just breathe into it and relax. And make your way back out. Straighten both legs. And make your way onto your back. Bring your right knee in towards your chest. Pull it in. Allow it to fall towards the left side. Right arm is going to extend and your gaze is going to go over your right hand. This is a simple twist. And just breathe here for a moment. Keep moving your breath. Now we're going to switch sides, left knee in towards your chest. Allow it to fall towards the right side. Gaze is going to be over your left arm extended. Just breathe. Make your way onto your back for Savasana, final resting pose. We're just going to take the next few minutes to just relax here with our breath. Palms face up to receive, down to ground yourself. Legs are extended, and just focus on your breath here. Just take deep breaths in and out. Let any thoughts that come up just pass by. The next few moments are yours. Start to bring life back into your body. When you're ready, draw your knees into your chest and roll onto your right side. Pause here for a minute. And when you're ready, come back out of it by sitting up, coming back to your breath. And that's it. Yoga for runners, a couple times a week to restore your body.